Got you good? Oh, there, right? You don't even know. You don't even know. Chris, that's you? Did y'all see that? Hey, come on. We just put everything up. Hey, man, I told you Chris was coming by. MTV Chris.
Oh shit!
The fuck? Why do you think?
You lied, bro. This podcast.
You thought I was lying?
I thought you was lying, bro. What the fuck when it comes to our crib, man?
Hey, anyways, let me go ahead. I'm about to just show you where my big chair is. But y'all make sure to catch us at What's the Niche every Wednesday. All right?
My last record. We went down there to Virginia Beach. She wasn't who she. You've heard of her, right? A.O. Danny is an artist out of Norfolk. We had first interviewed her when it was her very first interview, and me and Brandon decided to go down there and just check her out. She came. It was me, Brandon, and Andre. She came by herself, little girl, just coming. I'm ready to do it. Whatever I got to do, I'm gonna do it. Yeah. I told Brandon. I told her that day. I said, yo, you're gonna be something. And I don't even have to listen to your fucking music. I just know what your drive is, because most people ain't pulling up to an interview and by themselves when there's a bunch of dudes in a hotel. Like, most girls ain't doing that. And the hunger, because when I set up interviews a lot of times, bro, like, I reach out to people that I want to talk to, and I feel like should have the platform to talk about their stuff. A lot of times they don't really they be not serious about it. You know what I'm saying? So, but when I meet those people who are just on it, like they on it, I know they're gonna go somewhere. So with A.O. Danny, bro, now she was on No Jumper. She just had her second interview ever is No Jumper. Oh, wow. Like, you know what I'm saying? With Adam 22. Like, bro, like it was so amazing to me. And I've had a couple people I've ran into like that. ATL Jacob, you ever heard of him? He's a producer out of Atlanta. He produces for Future. His biggest song right now is Gremlin with Kodak Black.
Oh, okay. I love that song. So shout out to him, man.
Yeah, shout out to ATL Jacob, because this dude is I always gonna remember this shit, bro. We went to Atlanta, me and my boy Day Day, and we was taking pictures for art. Long story, yo. I don't know how we ended up there, but long story. So we're taking pictures for an artist, so we just end up going to a bunch of different studios in Atlanta. ATL Jacob happened to be at this is when he's just Jacob. So he's like, introduce himself. He's like, yo, my name is Jacob. I'm about to be ATL Jacob. I'm about to work for Future in 808 Mafia. And he telling us this, right? And his dude laughing in the background like, bro, you ain't get there yet. Yeah, I swear to God, a year later, bro, this nigga saw it. Taking pictures with Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like, he rich now. You know what I'm saying? In a matter of a year. So, to me, I don't think it takes that long. I think if you know strategically what you're doing, and also has a lot to do with, bro, the area we in. Now, if you go up north and stay up in the D.C. area, maybe go to Richmond, it's a little bit more of a scene. Like, if you out here in Fredericksburg, it's hard to really push your music if you stay in one spot. You feel me? You gotta move around. Like, I noticed that a lot of artists are not staying in their city. They're going to take those trips. We're going to do shows in Atlanta or Florida or whatever, because you start building your fan base out further.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this for me personally. VA will always be home. Right. And it'll always kind of be what I consider home base. But branching out is only... If you're not branching out, you're not growing. You know what I'm saying? Because... if we're just thinking about Virginia, you know what I'm saying? You have Northern Virginia, you got 757, you got 804.
You could actually do a lot of, I've thought about this. You could do a lot of numbers just in Virginia if you travel in Virginia.
So it's like, but traveling is the name of the game. If you're able to go on the road, you're in a blessed position because your music is carrying.
And you can't be lazy doing this. Like, you really cannot be lazy doing this shit. Like, you can't wake up one day and feel like, I don't feel like doing something. Like, no, like, sometimes you're gonna have to just trust God and take that random trip to wherever, you know what I'm saying, just to you never know, like, you never know.
I'll tell you what changed me in terms of where I was a year ago from now. I stopped saying no, you know. And from that standpoint, it was just more so I was kind of a person where I was wary to go places. I was wary to kind of be in different
I feel like that's anxiety, yo. Like, that shit, Like,
so, from that standpoint, dealing with those things from a mental perspective, I already was at a disadvantage. But then also, I was like, bro, I'm not gonna meet anybody who's gonna want to hear what I got cooking in my room or in the crib. Like, it's just not gonna happen. So I had to, like, when people invite me somewhere, all right, I'll go. I might not stay the whole time. None of that. But I'll go. I'll put my name out there. I'll shake hands. I'll meet people.
Because you don't necessarily know who is going to be there. You know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily know who you're going to meet. And this year, bro, I'm so, like, on a spiritual level, like, I feel like manifestation is key. So as long as you keep talking that shit in existence, like, when I go here, I might meet I'm going to meet so-and-so. I'm going to meet somebody here. And I think those things happen. Like, this year, 2022, I don't know how you feel about this year, bro, but it feels good going into it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we've all been kind of cooped up for 2 going on 3 years.
Hopefully not being cooped up some more.
But I think people are kind of just adjusting to say, you know what? Even if I have to live in some level of isolation to protect myself, I'm not gonna let that isolation destroy the fact that I'm a social creature. You know, even with you know, having certain social anxieties and stuff like that, I'm still very much a social creature. I like interacting with people, learning from people, conversation, things of that nature. So it's like, if I'm sitting around and I'm just to myself or just to these few people that I know, it's no disrespect to the few people I know, but there's only a certain capacity that I can have for y'all because we're all we know. Yeah. So once we branch out and go do other things and see other things and kind of know what's out there in the world. It's like, what's that Socrates story where the people are trapped in the cave? The dude breaks out, goes, sees what's outside, and he's coming back and trying to tell him, like, yo, this is what's outside. And everybody's like, yo, shut up.
You know, one thing you do that I like, and I do the same thing too, man. Like, if I see someone I like and I like their music, I post their shit or I reach out to them because you're supposed to interact with other artists. Like, it's all, to me, it's a brotherhood when you're in the industry. Like I just said, how many people we met through other people. Like, to me, it's just like in the music shit, we all a family. You know what I'm saying? And with doing this shit, bro, like, sometimes it feels like, you know, you get discouraged. Like, I was feeling discouraged. Shit, EK will tell you, like, I was barely showing up to do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it got to a point where I had all these inspirations around me. Like, you mentioned Ultra Mackin. I'm watching Ultra Mac and I'm like, bro, this nigga's music sounded so good. Like, I like the way he's sounding. He got me listening to him on the Apple Music and shit. Cause it's very, like, I'll like some artists, local artists, but it's very rare you'll see me listening to your shit like one of them regular artists. I don't know why that is, but I guess, I don't know. Maybe it's just the...
So an artist I know, he's actually at a 757. Shout out Just Domo. Shout out Ultra Mackin too. But Just Domo told me, it doesn't matter what level you're at, you're fighting for the fans' ears. And you're fighting for an opportunity to become the soundtrack to your life. You know what I'm saying? So from that perspective, it was... Once he told me that, I was like, all right, I have to push like I see the people that I idolize in a sense push. I have to grind because I am trying to become that soundtrack to your life. I am trying to have a song that you see in the same light as the Drakes and the Kendricks and all this. I'm trying to be the same way, even if it's not necessarily the same reach or the same plaques and numbers. If I know that the same people that you have on your day-to-day, and I'm one of those people, I'm winning. You know what I'm saying? And that's really, you know, so shout out to Just Domo, because that was some of the greatest advice he gave me. And he gave me that when he was just starting out. You know what I'm saying? And then also to kind of speak on what you were saying in terms of the brotherhood and everything, like, I think some people see music as the business, some people see music for the artistry. And I feel like you find love when you stand in the middle. Meaning you understand that there's some business strategies and all that type of stuff that you have to do. Like, as you grow, you're probably going to need to charge for certain things because the demand is higher. Supply and demand, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know that, read a book. Like, you know, so the business side of things is going to come up. And the artist side of things is going to come up. You know what I'm saying? You want to be as creative as possible. You want to be as fluid and free in the studio as possible, or willing to take on as much ideas and stuff like that as possible. Things, you know what I'm saying? Where I kind of sit in the middle is more so understanding, like, not everybody's art is going to look or sound like mine. Not everybody's business practices are going to look or sound like mine. I'm not supporting you because I agree with the business or the art. I'm supporting you because whatever I'm putting up on my story, whatever I'm double tapping on, whatever I'm vibing to when we in the car is what I like.
Exactly.
And you happen to make it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, as I build certain relationships with different artists and everything else, of course it's going to change because me and you have more of a personal repertoire.
Right.
But outside of that, I'm rocking with what I like.
Yeah.
And I'm going to share that because I like it, not because it's this popping.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing I be on. Yeah.
Some people play those games. I have enough stuff in life that bores me.
Yep.
So like I don't play those games.
Exactly. So. And it's like here's one thing I wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
How do you feel about people feeling some type of way when people don't post their music or don't listen to them or support them and shit? Like,
so it's funny. I actually talked about this because there was a tweet that I'd seen, and it was talking about people not posting and everything else like that. But to me personally, that just comes down to entitlement, and I feel like as artists. And even me, like I had it when I first was making music. Like, you're my friend, listen to my stuff.
Right.
You're around me, listen to my stuff. And it's like, I can't demand time out of anybody. I can't demand patience out of anybody. I can't demand love out of anybody. So you kind of have to grow out of it and just understand that you shouldn't be demanding people's attention because nobody, in my mind, nobody asked for your music. Oh. Nobody asked for your creativity.
Yep.
You decided to give it. So if you're giving it, give it in a manner that people are going to be receptive.
Exactly.
Some people never going to be receptive, and that's just what it is.
Yep.
And then you just have to find your tribe and the people who are.
And then I think some artists gotta realize, man, like if you get it on your story and you bitching and moaning about niggas playing it, that's just gonna make us not want to play your shit anymore. Like even more. You feel me? Like it's kind of like, bro, like. Why should I? Andre, you remember Andre? He told me. At first I wanted to cuss him out when he said this shit, but I got on him for not posting my shit because I thought you my best friend. Nigga, why you post my shit? Well, he said changed my thought process, bro. He said, why the fuck should I listen to your shit? Like, did you make it to where it caught my attention? Cause like he said, if I want to play something, my mind's not gonna stop me from playing that shit. It's about what you're doing to make me want to play that shit. It's just like if you see Cardi B on a track, you may not want to hear her song, but you're attracted to. She found something that's gonna attract somebody, whether it be her ass or way she talking or whatever. It's about you gotta find what is gonna attract people. You can't get mad at people for not, because people are like, bro.
I'll put it like this. I wouldn't say you can't get mad. I would say use whatever feelings of neglect, resentment, with any negative emotion, and try some way to turn that positive. You know what I'm saying? And it might not necessarily, like you might feel slighted, but feeling slighted might be what you needed to do to go to the studio and make that record or to post that content, whatever it is. So it's like, I'm not going to tell people you can't because I understand the beneficial factors of feeling that way. I think it's
for me it was
transferring it over.
I think what I was trying to say is not can't be mad, but putting it out there for the world to see that you're. It's kind of like.
I'll put it to you like this: nobody wants to see that too often on your come up.
Yeah.
They'll take it. They'll take certain people want to see more of your emotions. Once you're already there, once you're already kind of in that limelight, and they're looking at it from a standpoint of like, I can't achieve what you achieved. Right. So then it kind of humanizes you to show and demonstrate some of more of those regular emotions that you really do go through on a day-to-day basis, but it's tailored to not look like that. You're tailored to look larger than life and everything else like that. So I think that's more so what it comes from. But on your way up, like humility, and just grace for the opportunity. That this is a blessing, bro. Like,
it is to have this talent.
to be able to go to the studio and create with people that I know love me, care for me, and believe in what I'm doing is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? And I would say in 2022, like that's what I've been doing a lot. Like just reflecting and being grateful for the blessing that's been given to me. You know what I'm saying? Like my music could have been trash and still being able to have these people around me would have been enough.
Yeah.
But I had to grow to get to the point to understand that. You know what I'm saying? But thank God it's good. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like thank God
yes.
people are rocking with it and everything else like that. But it's just using the opportunity now. So, you know, I would just tell anybody, like, if you're struggling with that or if you're dealing with that in a way that's kind of like producing a lot of negative emotions, do your best to change that into something positive, whether it's tapping back into the studio, and then also walk that with a fine line, because you're not trying to make anybody like you. You're trying to do what you love, and then find the people who love what you do. And that's facts.
Yep. That's really the name of the game.
For sure.
And also, like you said, the humble thing. Like we talked earlier about, somehow some people, some artists are really they have that like arrogant side to them. Like it's like I got a little bit of clout on the internet, so I'm damn, I really want to say this story, but I feel like this person's gonna. I had this person coming on the podcast.
I'm not gonna diss nobody, but the way I'll put it to you is like this: the entertainment industry.
Yeah. Like,
you have to be a little bit of a narcissist to survive.
You have to be a narcissist and to be successful in general.
Yeah. So like, I'm not gonna knock anybody who, if that's the aura that you give off, and that's really you. Then do that.
Because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna let no one tell me that I'm trash. Because I know I'm not trash. I'm gonna tell myself in my mind. Because that's how you tell that's how you keep yourself going.
I think shout out to J.O. The greatest advice he gave me was, whatever you're doing, just make it you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If you're not if you're not the person who's posted in the hood, you probably shouldn't have a whole bunch of guns if that's not the lifestyle you're around.
Exactly.
If you're the person who's kind of like more laid back and chill, well, let people see that you laid back and chill.
Be yourself.
Like,
be yourself.
Just find a way to make you interesting enough to where you can find other yous that are willing to tap in.
I'm glad you said that, because I feel like people be looking at Kodak Black and Lil Wayne and all these people, and they're like, man, I'm about to mock these niggas. Them people are really genuinely them. That's why it looks so authentic. Like, you can't mock what Kodak does. You can't be like him. Yeah. That's him. Like, and I feel like this is such a spiritual based thing. You have to be yourself to be able to make it for real. Yeah. Because if you start veering off, you could find a little success, but is it gonna last long? Like, is it gonna even fulfill you? Yeah. Because that's the other thing, bro. Like, I be fearful of shit like this. Like, what if I do get millions of dollars, right? And I still be unhappy? Bro, that's a scary feeling, low key. Because it's like, damn, I feel like I got everything I wanted, but then at the same time, like, I'm still not this happiness I was searching for, that I thought I was gonna have when I had all this success. That shit still ain't there. So then that scares me a lot, because I don't want to ever get to that point where I'm like, because that's how it was a couple months ago. I felt like, if I'm not doing this, or if this doesn't make sense, then, well, shit, what the hell am I doing? I'm just going to work. I cut grass all day, so it gets by myself, so it gets kind of boring. I'm like, man, what am I really doing? I had to stop, bro, take a break, because I had to get my foundation back right. Like, I was getting tired of being 27, 28 and not being able to afford my Wi-Fi at home and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I had to take a step back to get my foundation right, to feel good. Because, we away from the music, we living at home.